My in-laws invited a stranger to Christmas dinner to replace me, and my husband made sure it was the last family gathering they'd ever host. Caleb and I have been married for 4 years, and I still remember thinking his family was a little too perfect at our wedding. His parents gave a toast about legacy and grandchildren and how excited they were to watch our family grow. I smiled through the whole thing because I didn't know yet what was coming. 2 years into our marriage, we found out I have a condition that makes pregnancy nearly impossible. We grieved together and eventually made peace with our path forward. His parents did not make peace with anything. The comments started small at first, which made them easy to brush off. His dad would make jokes about Caleb wasting his good genes, and his mom kept mentioning women from church who were so good with children while staring directly at me. Caleb shut every comment down, but his family would just laugh and wave him off. "We're just worried about the family line," his mom would say. I told myself I could live with the occasional jab until the summer barbecue when everything shifted. Caleb was inside getting drinks, and his sister cornered me on the patio with her phone out. She started scrolling through photos of women I didn't recognize, telling me their names and jobs and how much they wanted kids, just in case things don't work out, she said with a smile that made my skin crawl. We all know Caleb wants to be a dad. He shouldn't have to give that up for anyone. I stood there frozen while she kept scrolling, and all I could think was that these people had been auditioning my replacement behind my back for months. Caleb found me crying in the car 20 minutes later, and he confronted his sister right there in the driveway. She told him he was overreacting and that she was just trying to help. When the Christmas invitation came, his mom was unusually insistent that we arrive on time because there would be someone special joining them. Caleb and I pulled into the driveway that night, and I noticed an unfamiliar car parked out front. We walked inside to find the dining room table set with one extra place setting, and a woman I had never seen before, already seated and smiling at my husband, like she had been waiting for him her whole life. His mom introduced her as a friend of the family and gestured for us to sit down. The woman kept finding excuses to ask Caleb questions about himself while his mom beamed at them from across the table. I watched his mom steer every conversation back to this stranger's accomplishments and her traditional values and how much she loved kids. Finally, his mom set down her wine glass and smiled at Caleb like she was presenting him with a gift. "We really think you two should get to know each other better," she said. "She wants children, lots of them." His mom turned to me with a look of pity that made my stomach turn. "We had to do something, sweetie. She's fertile." We checked. The room went silent. I could feel everyone staring at me, waiting to see if I would just sit there and take it. The woman across the table wouldn't even look at me. I stood up so fast my chair scraped against the floor. "You checked? You interviewed her like she's applying for a job as your son's breeding partner?" His mom rolled her eyes and told me I was being dramatic. "We're trying to help. You can't give him a family, so we found someone who can. That's not cruelty, honey. That's love." Caleb stood up next to me. "You have never once seen my wife as a person. She's not a broken incubator you can swap out when she stops being useful. She's the woman I chose, and you just proved you've spent our entire marriage waiting for her to fail." His dad stood up and pointed at me. "We gave you everything. We paid for that wedding. We deserve grandchildren. And if she can't provide them, then we have every right to find someone who can." Caleb's voice went cold. "You're doing this because you see women as livestock." The stranger finally spoke up with her face pale and her voice trembling. "They told me you two were already separated. They said this was just a dinner to meet a family friend going through a divorce." She looked at his parents with absolute disgust. "You told me she was already out of the picture." Caleb grabbed my hand and told his parents we were done. Not just with Christmas, but with them. His mom's face twisted. "We spent 2 years watching you waste your life waiting for a miracle that's never coming. You're really going to throw away your family for a barren woman?" Caleb didn't even flinch. "I'm walking away from people who never deserved to call themselves family in the first place." We sat in the car for a long moment without speaking. I put my hand on my stomach and let out a shaky breath. "So much for the announcement." Caleb took my hand and squeezed it gently. "Your family will be much more excited to see the ultrasound anyway."